Hey there, Retro Games fans, this is Andy C from Piece of Paper. Welcome to this week's The Bit Between, which is a little bit later than usual. It's been a busy old week and there's been lots of things going on, so it's taken me a bit of time to get round to getting this recorded and edited, which is why you're watching this a little bit later than usual on Wednesday, normally at 6 PM, so it's going to be a little bit later for you if you're watching this. So this week then, we're going to be looking at, as you can probably tell, Alex Kidd in Miracle World DX. So, just a bit of a recap, before Sonic of course, and before Sega became the really cool company, before that blast processing and that attitude, we of course had Alex Kidd on the Master System. So this week on The Bit Between, we're going to be taking a look at Alex Kidd in Miracle World DX, as I mentioned, and this is a modern remake of one of Sega's oldest and probably one of its most important games. Now, obviously, this is sort of tying into the theme of old versus new that we looked at on Friday last week, where I picked a few of my old favourites and looked at their new kind of reboots and decided whether we thought they were better or worse. So I thought, carrying on in that vein, we'd have a look at Alex Kidd in Miracle World DX as part of the Bit Between. So yes, I'm not actually going to be revisiting the original Alex Kidd in Miracle World at this time. Instead, I want to look at whether this remake successfully modernises that true retro classic, or whether it simply just reminds us of how different games used to be. And honestly, Alex Kidd is a fascinating choice for a remake, because back in 1986, Sega really desperately needed a mascot to compete with Nintendo and of course Mario, and the Master System was launching into a market that Nintendo was rapidly dominating. And Sega needed a character players could instantly associate with the brand, and that character was Alex Kidd. It was a few years really ahead of Sonic appearing on the scene. Now, what's really interesting is the game actually began life as a Dragon Ball adaptation. I didn't know this, and you can still kind of see a little bit of that influence with the spiky hair and the martial arts and weird fantasy world. But essentially, after Sega lost the license opportunity, the project basically evolved into its own thing, and Alex Kidd was born. And we see that a lot with a lot of mascots in a lot of platforms, how they can almost be created by accident. And certainly in the UK, here in the UK and in Europe, Alex Kidd was actually really huge, partly because the Master System sold especially well here compared to a lot of other territories, but also because Miracle World was eventually built directly into the console itself. So I've got the Master System 2, which has this game built into it, which is really cool because you could get a Master System, you didn't need to go out and buy a game straight away. You got this absolutely fabulous game built into your console. So for a lot of players, this wasn't just their first Sega game then, it was their first game. For people who were just starting out in that period, it was absolutely their first game. So you switched the Master System on and there was Alex Kidd. You knew it hadn't read a cartridge, because if you put a cartridge in and Alex Kidd came up, you knew your cartridge wasn't working or hadn't read properly. Now, the original game was classic in the 1980s, of course. It was 1980s Sega, lots of bright colours, strange enemies, weird vehicle selections, underwater levels, shops, boss fights, all of that kind of usual. Infamous rock, paper, scissors. Oh yes, of course, yes. Sorry, I should say the infamous rock, paper, scissors battle at the end of the end of the levels. But it was also really, really difficult, as we are about to witness. Obviously, you've got your limited lives, your punishing checkpoints, your trial and error gameplay, and controls that probably do feel a little bit old school by today's standards. So this remake in particular, which is what we're going to be looking at today, as I say, I've looked at the original Alex Kidd before. We looked at this, one of our early Bit Betweens. I think it was a Bit Between. It might. Was it a Bit Between? Not entirely sure actually, but I'll find it. I'll pop the link up the top. This was remade in 2021, and it keeps pretty much everything from the original game. It's all there, it's all intact. The levels, the enemies, the vehicles, the stages, the bosses that we've already spoken about, but it wraps it all in really beautiful hand-drawn visuals. It's got updated music. It's that same soundtrack but updated for the modern era, which sounds amazing. So I've played this a little bit. Much smoother animation, of course, and you can even switch between the switch instantly, I should say, between the modern graphics and the original 8-bit visuals while playing, if you choose to. Which is always a pretty cool feature, I think, in remakes like this. But here's the big question, of course: did they modernise it enough? because underneath all of those gorgeous visuals, of course, this is still very much a game from 1986. And that's what I really want to have a look at today. So the question then, does Alex Kidd in Miracle World DX successfully bring a retro classic into the modern age? Or does it prove, as we saw a little bit last week, that some games are just better left in the past? Let's find out and get dug in straight away with some gameplay. So this is Alex Kidd in Miracle World DX. We're going to do a bit of a playthrough for about 10 minutes, see how far we get, and I'll talk a little bit about the graphics as we go. So I am actually playing this on the PlayStation 5. I'm playing it through remote play so I can record it for you. So I apologise if there's any little dropouts. Occasionally it does just drop the connection a little bit, so we might get a little bit of jerkiness, but hopefully we're all good. I'm going to go for a new game. Now we're just going to skip over the intro sequence. You don't need to see all of that, so let's skip that. And let's get straight into the gameplay. Okay, all right. So this is already going to look familiar to anybody who plays this game. Now, if we press R2, look at this. Oh, isn't that amazing? Fabulous, fabulous, fabulous. Right, okay, let's... Oh, man, I love it. It's almost tempting to play like this, but I've done that before. I want to look at the new one. And look how beautiful it is, actually. It looks amazing, doesn't it? It's been out a few years now. This has been out about 5 years. Came out, as I mentioned before, in 2021. I didn't really know about it, to be honest. I can't even remember how I stumbled on it. It might have been on PSN. I'm not 100% sure. I can't imagine that I would have even noticed it to buy it, so it probably was. Same sort of fare as usual, of course, as we see, just punching lots of stuff. Getting our boxes and collecting money for the shop at the end. I'm going to skip over that one. I'm wiser than that. At least I think I am wiser than that. Don't think I want to click on that one. There's like a witch thing in there. It will hunt me down until I get her off screen. I'm not going to bother with that because I'll end up punching the skeleton box thing over there, which I don't really want to do. I don't think it actually matters, it just sort of stuns you for a second, but anyway, it's too late now. Gosh, I nearly screwed up there, didn't I? Actually, no, let's not do that. It's just too risky doing that. Bit of a nuisance, these dragons. You end up sort of waiting for them for ages. Oh, I just collected something now. I can't remember what that was. Jenkins' army is powerful. I did not mean to do that. Oh, that. Oh, that. I think there was a bit of delay on the thing there. I meant to jump every one of those occasions and it didn't quite happen for some reason. Okay, there's the water level. Let's go down. Well, it's not really a water level, it's just the end of this level. Right, so I'm going to get in here. This is a bit of the game that I always seem to struggle with. Oh. Right now, I'm going to just nudge over here and then just punch in the chops. There we go. Right. Ah! There we go. That's the end of the first level. Oh, there we go. That wasn't too bad. So what do you think so far? Let me know in the comments your thoughts, whether you've played this before or not. And whether you played the original game. Obviously, just let me know your thoughts on the original game. I really do love this Alex Kidd game. I think he's too unloved for my liking. I think, how much have I got? 330. Now, I know what I want. I need this. Right, do I need anything else? No, I think we're good. Yeah, I think he's a little unloved. I think, you know, Sonic obviously very much took the mantle and should just be able to, yeah. Ah! I knew that was going to happen as well. Oh, got to jump over these red balls if you got the bike. That was a bit of a waste of 200 coins there, right there. But never mind. It just means it's going to be a bit slower through this level now. Apologies for that. Oh, these things. Being too sheepish here, aren't I? That's the reason why I was being sheepish, of course, so that I don't unnecessarily perish. Right, let's try that again. That's better. They are somewhat of a nuisance, these things, actually. Let's just jump over that guy. Oh, that was absolutely unnecessary. I've had a bit of a delay there, actually, which is somewhat disappointing. Oh, back here again now. Ah! Would have been so much easier on the bike. He turned them all to stone. It wiped out everything. I must hurry up. Well, there we go. That is it. Oh, I died already. That's really poor. I'm so sorry, everybody. All right, what have I got? I've got no money, so I've got to do this entire level again. And I've got to do it on slow speed now as well, so we'll carry on through here. But I'm just going to try and talk a little bit about what I think of this game and try not to die at the same time. It is very, very hard. One thing about this game, of course, if any of you played the original, you'll know how punishingly difficult it is. So when I'm trying to obviously record at the same time, that does make for a somewhat... challenging moment. I think this is going to be... Am I going to... Yeah. What do I think of this compared to the original? Well, I think it's... You know what? I think it's really good, actually. It is very true to the original. The graphics in it look amazing. It is still, obviously punishingly difficult as the original one. And to be honest with you, it's... Oh, for goodness sakes. It's not really... a different game in its own right. Clearly playing... Look, I don't want to blame Remote Play for this, but it isn't helping. I'm sure there is enough of a delay. This game is all about precision, and I am not finding it today. Normally I'd get through this level, and then at the end of this level you get your rock, paper, scissors challenge, which I did kind of want to get to, really. For those of you who've not seen it before, I'm just being too hasty now, and it's costing me. So what do I think rating-wise for Miracle World DX, Alex Kidd? Well, what would I give it? Well, what would I give the original? I would give the original a solid 4 out of 5 for sure. It's amazing. I think what lets it down is the rock, paper, scissors bosses are really frustrating because unless you know the sequence, it is broadly just luck. Yeah, that now I'm definitely going to blame that on Remote Play because I definitely jumped there and it never happened. Yeah, so I think I think the very fact that this game is just Alex Kidd and it's modernised, they've not changed anything, they've not tweaked anything, they have just updated the graphics, they have kept that punishing difficulty, and yeah, it is still a 4 out of 5 for me. I'm loving the soundtrack. It is absolutely stuck in my head now. I really wish that I could get a bit further. Clearly, I need to pay more attention. These things really shouldn't be as much of a hassle as they are. Right. There we go. I'm not supposed to be playing anymore. I'm supposed to be wrapping up. So should you go check it out? Well, if you played the original Alex Kidd, yes, absolutely you should go check it out because it's a really nice reminder of what was. And obviously, of course, you can hit that R2 button And you can play the original one as well if you want to. I mean, it's exactly the same game. It's just updated graphics. And I think that's really nice because it opens it to a new audience. And it makes it just look, you know, it looks fantastic. It does a lot of justice. And yeah, I think you should absolutely go check it out. So if you can find it, go and get it. That is Alex Kidd in Miracle World. What is best, new or old? Well, you can't really compare the two because it's the same game. I suppose you might argue, well, the better graphic, if it's exactly the same game, then the better graphics are going to be better for you. I am definitely struggling with some lag here. Yeah, the better graphics are definitely going to be better for you. So I think if maybe you've never played Alex Kidd before, perhaps go check out this version. You be prepared to be patient because it is so hard, as you are seeing. I am making an absolute dog's breakfast of it. But yeah, I'm sure people are screaming at this as well. If you want to go and watch someone play it properly, you can probably find a full walkthrough with somebody who actually knows how to play this game properly. Although I am slightly disappointed at the fact that I am generally better than this. I just keep doing the same thing over and over. So there you go then. That is Alex Kidd Miracle World. Alex Kidd in Miracle World DX, the modern version. And like I say, you know, should you go play the... Oh yeah, that's what I was talking about, wasn't it? I completely forgot. I was so distracted by getting hit by the frogs. Stop playing. Talk to everybody who's listening for just 1 second. Yeah, you should go check out this new version. If you're new to Alex Kidd, this is probably the version to go check out. If you're a diehard Alex Kidd fan, well, you can still go check out this version. And of course, you can play the original 8-bit graphics as well if you want to with that original soundtrack. So it is a fantastic purchase. And of course, you know, I'm playing this on the PlayStation, so it means you can play it on a modern console as well. PlayStation 5, that is. So, you know, there's a new market, a new audience, a new place for it. So it's great to see Alex Kidd back after, I think, well, 40 years. What am I talking about? It's 40 years now since the original one came out. And 35 years if you count it from the day that this was re-released. So amazing, amazing, amazing. Absolutely, definitely go check it out. Coming up in the channel then, it's going to be a bit of a weird few weeks. So this weekend I am going up to Birmingham. I'm going to the Birmingham Game Fest. I'm going to film that, and that's going to drop next week. But there's been some big happenings in my life. So I've actually just got started, will have started a new job by this time next week. So whether I get to make as many videos and whether I get to do my bit betweens really does depend on how much time I get. So I'm going to be spending a lot more time commuting and on the train. But I obviously will still drop a video next Friday, and I will try and get a video done for the bit between, and also imminently, and as always, despite every single time saying that I'm going to do it, we've got our lap time challenge, which is probably going to be tomorrow. So that is the 14th, I think, tomorrow. So yeah, that'll be dropping almost certainly at some point tomorrow, and we'll try and get that out. It might end up dropping into Friday, but we'll see how we go for that. So I'll try and get that out as well. And then in a couple of weeks' time, we will be back to the month with. I did say it was only going to be a break for 4 weeks, so I'll let you know in the next couple of videos what our next console is going to be. Slightly disappointingly, I was waiting for the Amiga 1200, which was the reimagined one that was due out in June, and unfortunately it's been delayed to December now, which is yeah, a real shame actually. I was really looking forward to that, but it's fine. We'll do a month with that. I was always planning to do a month with that at some point. So that was probably going to be June or July. So that will now have to wait. So we'll have to have a bit of a replan in terms of what I want to do for my month with. So yeah, stick with me. I shall decide what that's going to be for next month. It's not going to be what I originally planned, so I need to figure that out. But that's it. Thanks very much for watching this week's The Bit Between. If you enjoy these videos, of course, please do hit that like and subscribe button. Just leaves me to say, yeah, please do all take care of yourselves, and I will see you in the next one. Until then, bye for now.